Hi everyone, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and it's time for another thrift haul, including this depression glass. Can you tell which pattern it is? Stay tuned and you'll find out.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Hi everybody, as promised I'm back with another thrift haul. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and as always, just look at all that stuff. Let's see what we've got to show you today. Right here in the front is a grouping of Johnson Brothers China. Now Johnson Brothers was founded in the 1880s in England. In 1968 they were absorbed by Wedgwood and became part of the Wedgwood group. But this pattern right here is called Merry Christmas. It was reintroduced in 2004. I think this might have been the earlier production. Oddly, the dinner plates are circular. The salad plates or dessert plates are square. The 10-inch dinner plates, let's see, I have 7 of them. Well, let me show you the pattern. By the way, it does say Made in England on the bottom right there. And then if we look at the dinner plates closer, beautiful condition, these plates, nice and shiny. No chips, no cracks. And the English really label their things quite well. Merry Christmas, Made in England by Johnson Brothers, and then some more information there, as you can see. The big dinner plates sell for about $10 each. I have 7, so that should bring me about 70 bucks. The salad plates here should bring about $40, and I can probably get $15 for the 3 mugs. So I'm looking at about $125 right here in this. And this was not expensive at all. I found it at one of my favorite thrift shops, and I believe I paid right around $15 for all of that. Now, you'll recognize this if you watched one of my thrift haul videos where I was actually in the thrift shop and found this. But if you remember when I found it, I only found the dinner plates and the cups and saucers. Well, guess what? When I stopped filming, I kept looking and looking and looking, and guess what? I found berry bowls, I found 2 big vegetable serving bowls, I found the cream soup bowls, and I found the bread and butter plates. Let me move this back here. This, by the way, is made by Vernon Kilns, which was one of the big 5 of the California potteries. I talked about Vernon Kilns before. They were founded in 1931. They closed their doors, I think, in, I want to say 1958. It's actually Santa Anita. This particular pattern was made from 1946 to about 1948, so it's late in the life of the Vernon Kilns company. Let's focus again. It's all hand painted under the glaze. 4 dinner plates, 4 bread and butter plates, 4 berry bowls, 4 cups and saucers, 2 serving bowls there for vegetable serving bowls, and 4 of these odd looking guys, bowls with wings. These are called cream soup bowls. And do you know what these handles are for? Is it okay to actually pick up a soup bowl and drink out of it at the dinner table? Well, if you don't believe me, maybe you'll believe Emily Post. Let's insert an instructional video right here. I'll be back.
If soup is served in a cup, it may be eaten this way. Or to drink the soup, remove the spoon and lift the cup by both handles. Avoid making your little fingers conspicuous. Let them relax. Unlike the large spoon, which is to be left in the plate when you're finished, leave the small spoon in the saucer of the cup.
So you see, when your mother told you you were a heathen for picking up your bowl and drinking your soup, she didn't know what she was talking about. Perfectly fine to grab these by the handles and drink your soup. By the way, if you're interested in watching that entire Emily Post video, the link to it is in the description underneath this video. Anyway, all of that dinnerware there cost me about $10. I'm not sure what I can get for it or exactly how I'm going to sell it, so for the moment, I'm just going to hold on to it. These little guys in the front are made by Hazel Atlas, and do you know what they are? No, they're not individual salts. They are furniture coasters. That's right, they're made of glass, and these would go underneath a chair, a sofa, and the caster would sit in there. If the furniture had casters, they would sit. Some people call these casters. Casters are the wheels that are on furniture. These could be called caster coasters. And Hazel Atlas made these in clear. They made them in amber, which this is. And they also made them in the Depression green glass color. I'll let you see the Hazel Atlas that they are signed. Well, there it is. See it? See the Hazel Atlas? You gotta love some Hazel Atlas. They signed everything. Well, almost everything. What's the value of these? Almost nothing. So what are you gonna do with them? I'm gonna take them out in the living room and put them underneath a chair. Here is more Franciscan ivy. You remember a couple of weeks ago, well, not a couple of weeks ago, last week I had a bunch of the great big dinner plates. Well, I went back to the same thrift shop, and here they had put out the little bread and butter plates. The big dinner plates sell for over $10 a plate. These guys right here, I have 8 of them. I can probably get about $30 for them. Underneath these 8, I won't show you, but there are 4 saucers, and I can probably get about $10 for the 4 saucers. And again, these are almost unused. Look at that. Not a utensil mark in sight. And I believe Franciscan ivy is from 1947, 48, 49 into the 1950s. Okay. So back there is a Pyrex Bowl. Nice green color. It's got a few, let's see, not too many. It's pretty respectable. A couple of little scratches in it, but a nice, I guess that would be part of the primary color set. Oh, I don't know who that is, but that oil painting was $1 at the thrift shop. It's pretty well done. It's not signed. I'm guessing that dates to somewhere from the late 40s into the early 50s. And I will try to sell that. Woo, it's a good thing I'm not in the nude, because you can see me in that great big coffee pot back there. That is a 1930s Art Deco coffee pot. I paid $1 for that guy. That must be 20 cups. I don't know. It's a percolator, actually. I don't need it because, as you know, back there is the percolator that I use. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one, but we'll see. Do you remember years ago there was actually a photo that went viral? Some guy took a picture of a piece of silver, and he was completely naked, and he put it on eBay. He didn't notice that he had no clothes on, and it went everywhere. But as you can see, I'm fully clothed. All right, this is a family channel. Here are some linens. You don't usually see me buy linens, but I did. I'm not sure what era these are from. I can't tell, but they have that really kind of mid-century 50s, 60s. By the way, these have all been washed, and there aren't any stains on any of them, which is amazing. So these are really cool. Here's a nice Christmas hand towel, probably from the 50s or the 60s. I'll let you see. Look at that. The little, what is he, a pixie? In a stocking or candy cane. Little Christmas ornaments, Christmas bells. It's hard to show it to you with just one hand, but you can see. All right, Christmas towel. And then this one here, I think, is Canon. Canon has been around for a very long time, at least the 1930s. And this one has that 1950s, 60s look to it. Floral pattern. You can see it's perfectly clean. I love this one, kind of like definitely the 40s and those back there. Isn't that cool? For your vintage kitchen. And then two more. I love the stripes on these. Very 1940s, I think. And so there are two hand towels right there. So they were 25 cents each. Yes, 25 cents each for those hand towels. And then here are some more Anchor Hocking saucers. You saw that I had some of these before. I found two more in the Jane Ray pattern. No teacups, just saucers. This is Jane Ray. That's the name of the pattern. It's Fire King by Anchor Hocking. It's not marked. Some of it is. Oops, that one's not marked. This one is. They didn't always mark their Fire King. Don't worry about that. Because these weren't reproduced. The Jane Ray saucers, let's see. Well, the Alice saucers here sell for about $5. The Jane Ray, maybe $1 less, maybe $4. These were $1 each. I've got 5 of these. This is also Anchor Hocking, Fire King, and this pattern is called Alice. Alice isn't marked because it had this pattern on the back of it. And the teacups match this. So I should be able to get 25 bucks for that stack. $8 to $10 for those. And these were all $1 each. Yes, those saucers were. This bowl is probably McKee. And it's a mixing bowl that would go with an electric mixer. There were several of them. I'm not going to try to name them now because I'll leave some out. But that little circular bump there in the bottom is where it would sit onto the metal tray that would spin and keep it in place in your mixer. This is a nice one from the 1930s, and I'm keeping that one. Back here is a set of Laurel by McKee. McKee Laurel was made in the 1930s, and it's in the jadeite color. I'll let you see the pattern close up. That's why it's called Laurel, because that's kind of a laurel motif. You can see on the back, McKee. And it's all marked. There are 4 bread plates, 4 berry bowls, 2 dinner plates, a cream and sugar, 4 sherbets. See? Sherbet cups. 4 cups and saucers, and those are the other 2 sherbet cups back there. Let's move one of the cups and saucers up. McKee, it sometimes has some roughness. You know, this stuff was not filed down. There wasn't any handwork or hand finishing or filing done to this because it was mass produced, as you know, depression glass. And this stuff is pretty valuable. It's fairly well collected. Believe it or not, that's probably about $200 worth of glassware right there. Now what I'm going to do is hold on to it and find 2 more dinner plates. There are also some other pieces that go with this. There's some rimmed cereal bowls. There are candle holders. There are luncheon plates and some serving bowl, like a vegetable serving bowl. This stuff I did not buy at a thrift shop. But someone from my church who knows that I get into old stuff said, you know, my neighbor, you know how it goes. Somebody died, the neighbor's selling the house, the daughter-in-law doesn't want anything. You buy and sell, come on over. I came on over, and wow. I walked out with all of this for $30. That was a steal. And by the way, none of it is chipped. There's not a chip on any of it. So, real excited. This might be a keeper. Okay, so that's it. There's all the stuff. Let me back up again, and boy, what a mess. Okay, so I've got some listing to do. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.